hello, you play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. Play to win the game. Put your hands up. You play to win the game. You play to win the game. I said hello. Hello. You play to win. You play to win the game. Play. You want to show off. That's the problem I got. Be excited about football. Why not? Why not? And everything you do, there are cameras watching you. Everything you do becomes news. What you gonna do? Think about what you tweet. You're gonna put your own TV. Hello. We gotta go to the practice. You play to win the game. Play to win the game.
All right. I don't know what happened. I had a lot of stuff going on in the background. I don't know if the intro played.
It did. Absolutely. It was beautiful too.
Okay. I had a bunch of shit going on in the back. I had the YouTube going, so it fucked everything up. So, what's good? What's popping? Your boys are in the building. It's a Football Friday. We're gonna fire it up today. We're not even gonna play around. You saw the intro. You saw my guy Herm Edwards. You know what this is about. LeBron kind of set everybody on fire this week with the whole
lying.
Rings don't matter.
Cap.
All cap. And you would think, oh, this is a football show. He involved us when he mentioned Dan Marino and said that ring culture is only prevalent in basketball.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Like I said, LeBron be lying ass nigga.
Lying ass nigga. And he misquoted Peyton has 2 rings. Okay. Get that right.
Nigga don't watch. Never mind. We gonna get to that. I ain't gonna lie to you. He like Brian. We might not want to watch today's show.
You're not. Yeah, you definitely, because you already know. Any reason you can give me to talk about LeBron, I'm gonna take it. So
absolutely.
So here we are. So how do you feel about Mr. James talking about ring culture is toxic? Basically, what he's saying is like because it takes like someone like a Charles Barkley, like a Allen Iverson, they shouldn't be mentioned in the same conversation as someone such as LeBron James or Kobe Bryant.
Well, first of all, you're lying, sir. Like LeBron, you're lying. Let's not lie on television or on podcasts or on the internet like y'all be doing. I don't understand why motherfuckers be getting on here lying. Like we can't corroborate the stories. Bro, there is a reason as to why we revere the players that we revere and put them on the pedestals that we put them on.
Hold on. I just got go ahead, keep going.
Oh no, okay, most definitely. There's a reason, right? Like anybody can sit up here and score a lot of points. Anybody can sit up there and get all the individual accolades. But the point is championships. The point is to win championships. And how we grade on multiple scales, or how we grade on a scale as far as greatness goes, is championships. Now, we understand the individual accolades. You're right, they add on to that. But for the most part, everybody's goal at the end of the season, everybody's goal at the beginning of the season, everybody's goal at the middle of the season is to what? Win a championship. Even in the offseason, what are they doing? They're making moves to do what? Win a championship. If championships and rings didn't matter, LeBron, your ass wouldn't be playing right now. Right?
That would be
years old,
factual.
Number one in all the record books, basically. Why are you still playing? Because you're trying to win more. What? It's not like you're trying to score more points. You got the record. It's not like you're trying to get more playoff. It's not like you're trying to acquire more accolades. You already got most, if not all, the accolades. You're LeBron James. You own all the records in the record book, right? So why are you still playing? That's exactly what I would ask him. If I was the interviewer, I would ask him, really? So if championships don't matter, ring culture is toxic, why are you still in the NBA? Why are you still playing? You own all the records. You have all the records, bro. There's no point in you still playing, right? If rings don't matter and championship culture and ring culture is toxic, you have all the records. You beat the Kareems, you beat the Jordans, you beat the Kobe's and all the record books.
You would have
The
stopped.
only record books you ain't beat him in is championships. So why are you still playing, LeBron?
Yeah.
Because you want to win what? More championships than who? Kobe and Michael Jordan, because then you'll be what? Finally be revered as better than them or looked up as the GOAT over those two, because you know as long as you don't have more championships than either one of those two guys, you're never going to be above them in the talks or in the narratives of NBA talk. You have your fans. Absolutely you do. But you know majority of the basketball world, meaning your peers, do not see you as better than Michael and or Kobe Bryant. That bugs you. That's the reason why you're still playing, because what? Rings matter.
Rings matter. Like we're not going to act as if you didn't leave Cleveland because you couldn't win a championship. I mean, even if ring culture was so toxic and championships didn't matter.
Before you continue, Mel, because when he got to Miami and they did that whole ass block party and rolled out to all them niggas from other teams and shit, not one, not two, not three, not four, no. Ain't that what? That was his words. Oh, okay, you can go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, and wasn't, the Nick Wrights of the world, wasn't everybody saying, oh, well, Jordan didn't make it to a championship in his second or third season, did not? Like we've had the conversations, and winning and championships have always been at the forefront of it. Like, we completely understand, like, look, we play the game, and let me just, I'm gonna clear this up real quick.
Go ahead. Please cook. Please cook.
Because the argument that this is a team sport irritates my soul. Team accomplishment irritates my soul because it's a team sport. That's the ultimate goal when playing team sports. What happened? Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to get something popping right now. But go ahead, real quick. Copy. I don't know. I got Trent is doing the most right now.
It's crazy how they'll try to deflect, and say that it's like a strictly a team sport whenever, or a team accomplishment whenever championships are acquired, right? And although we understand that teams do help win championships, teams as a whole win championships. Yes, we get that. We're not saying that teams don't win championships as a whole collectively together. But the narrative is not the team won a championship. Whenever teams win a championship, we never hear, oh, the Los Angeles Lakers won a championship. We hear LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers won a championship. Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors won a championship. It's not like they're sitting up there and putting it on the whole team. They like to individualize it because at the end of the day, they know that narratives matter. And in the great rankings of all-time greats, that conversation based on rings is going to matter.
Yep. Trent is in the build. Trent wanted to jump in.
Big T, what up with you, man?
Was good. Nah, what's saying, bruh? Because I'm just I literally forgot y'all was streaming because Lily's Friday. But I don't have no problem with LeBron said though.
Of course you don't.
Because ring culture is dumb as hell.
No, it's not.
It's stupid. Yes, it is.
It's not.
It is.
It's really not.
It is though. It definitely
is.
Definitely.
Okay. So, would you think LeBron would say this if he had 7 rings right now?
Yes.
You think if LeBron had 7 championships right now, he would say it?
Yeah. Because I feel like he would, because even in the examples he brought up, with the, I disagree about it. That Dan Marino can't be in the same conversation with paying them because of rings. I don't think he would be saying. I think that's just generally how he feels. I don't think he's just speaking on the fact that he don't have more rings than Kobe and Jordan. Even though, let's get one thing straight, it's universally known he's past Kobe. It's just that Jordan is the one that people still heavily debate about.
I don't.
It's not universally known in California right now.
It's universal.
Okay, put it like this: And just in a team, okay. If LeBron James had the scoring title, all of the things that he has right now, minus the championships, take the championships up, take just the championships, take them off the table. Does anybody consider him the greatest basketball player of all time?
They probably wouldn't. Championships, okay. Let me clarify. Do championships matter? Of course
they matter. Yeah, but he's trying to say that, okay, Allen Iverson, Charles Barkley, all great players. We're not saying that they're not great players. What we're saying is you cannot have the conversation about the greatest basketball players of all time if you don't have a championship.
Yeah, but I think his example is that, like, who was a player in comparisons to, like, I can't really think of one for right now because off the top of my head, he's just basically saying that, this player, people who talked about ring coaches like saying like this person can't be in a convo with this other person because one has a ring and the other one doesn't. I think that's what he's saying. I think he's saying that's wrong, and I agree.
No, I'm not putting Dan Marino in conversations with Tom Brady and Peyton Manning for what?
I mean, I don't think so because I don't think he's better than him. So I don't need to put that in the conversation with because that's why I disagreed on the example that he brought up, but I understand what he's coming from. A perfect example of ring culture is Jalen Hurts. The perfect example, like he's the perfect example.
What? As far as
he gets a ring, he gets put in conversations that he don't need to belong in.
Jalen. This is what year? What 5, 6 for Jalen Hurts?
He was in that first year, 2020. So yeah, it'll be coming into year 6. Yeah,
year 6. First, he has one championship. No one's going to put him in conversations as the greatest quarterback of all time.
No, I'm talking about now. I'm not talking about from an all-time perspective. I'm talking about just quarterbacks right now.
Now,
yeah.
Right now, Jalen Hurts is the top 3, top 5 quarterback. Why not?
No, he's not. Why not? There is no possible way. Now, I will at most I will hear you at 5. He is not in the 4.
I said 3 to 5. 3 to 5.
I think the best 4 quarterbacks in the game are locked. Like they're the best 4 quarterbacks in the game are Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. I think those are the 4 quarterbacks.
Why are you putting Joe Burrow in this conversation?
Why would I not?
Why would you?
Well, what is stopping me from not putting Joe Burrow in the conversation?
Well, because if we're going to talk about like what you have done in the league, he's only been in the playoffs twice.
Okay. He's still a phenomenal quarterback, and there's nothing on the field outside of running that Jalen Hurts does better than Joe Burrow.
Winning.
And that's the problem with the ring culture. Winning. Like, that's the problem with it.
But the goal is to win it.
You win it, of course, the famous Herm Edwards quote, you play to win the game. Just because you win a ring does not mean you're better than me. And plus, I don't want to tax Jalen Hurts in his situation, but that can also context matters too on why Joe Burrow didn't make the playoffs last year because he had a bottom 5 defense. We just saw what he did. Like,
hey, a lot of those games, he also played like some bullshit.
There wasn't a lot. It was only like in the Western. There was like 3 in the beginning of the year because he always starts off slow, which I'll give you that. But them games, middle of the season, later on the season.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not all on him. I'm not going to say it's all on him, but we do understand. Okay, it is a team game, 100%.
Most definitely.
Okay, and when we understand that certain positions in certain sports they get more responsibility for the team's success. In basketball, if you're the star player, because you have the ability to impact offense and defense, you hold a lot of weight.
Yeah, it holds a lot more weight. Yeah, for sure.
In football, because you're the quarterback, that one position can not saying it can
change. It's in a nutshell, it's like offense and defense at the same time.
Right. You know what I mean? So you have more of an influence on how that game goes. Like you can combine Randy Moss and T.O. into one wide receiver. His outcome on the game is not going to be.
It's not going to be as near as the quarterback, which 100%.
Right.
Which I agree.
Cool.
But Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's just like, so what happens is the team success falls on your back, and we praise you for it the same way when the team doesn't succeed, we put it on you.
I just think it needs to be context for both. So that's why I said, like, especially just be watching the games, it'll probably, unless Jalen Hurts nigga starts moving like how he was at Oklahoma, I will probably never put him over Joe Burrow unless Joe Burrow just keeps getting hurt or something like that.
But at the end of the day, I guess you can have all the stats in the world if it don't mean nothing, if it don't equate to W's. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree, but and again, there's context to everything. Like this, because I put like the Jalen Hurts conversation. This is like back in the '90s, even though I wasn't alive for it. This is like people saying that Troy Aikman will be better than Dan Marino just because he's won more. I think that's asinine. I think if you watch the two play the quarterbacks of the game,
in a historical context, he would be. But if we're going to say as the player, player of Troy Aikman and the player of Dan Marino, who's the better quarterback? 100%. Dan Marino's the better quarterback. But then, if we're going to say, who would you rather be, Troy Aikman or Dan Marino? You're going to say Troy.
Yeah, for career, because you win.
Dan Marino would say Troy Aikman.
Yeah,
that's what all time means.
I get it. But even in the sense though, because all time wise, people have Dan Marino clearly over Troy Aikman. This probably outside of, because I'm in the Texas area and I'm right behind Dallas fans. There's literally, we talk about all time quarterbacks. I've never heard somebody outside of that lives in Dallas say that Troy Aikman better than Dan Marino.
Right, and that's probably true. And on a mass, it's probably 50-50 on who would you rather be. Would you rather be Dan Marino or Troy Aikman? It just depends on where you lie on what the conversation is about. Championships.
I just feel like it needs to be a medium. That's why I agree with what Bron said, though. Like, that's why I agree. Because if championships and this and that mean so much, I know y'all don't have a number two, but LeBron, would it be one or two? He would be way lower if we're just talking about championship.
But I think what happens is after 2 championships, you just start nitpicking. I think after multiple championships, you just start to nitpick. You start to go to the things that you like and dislike about said player.
It would probably be more based off individual accolades at that point.
Right, but that's what I said. That's what it goes into. You start to nitpick. Now you start to be like, well, this one did this, this one didn't do this. I didn't like that. I didn't like this. It becomes, because especially when you're talking about Super Bowls, it's hard as shit to win a Super Bowl. Like, that's, if you're going to ask me what's the hardest championship to win, I would say football, because it's a one and done scenario.
Yeah.
Everybody else has a series involved to where you got multiple chances to try and right the ship and get it going.
And plus, a multiple series in football, that don't even sound right.
You can't say a best out of 3 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't even. I mean, a best out of 7 foot. Bro, I'm good.
No. It is. So, with that being said, for someone to win multiple championships or get a back-to-back, or if someone ever fucking does it, get a 3-peat, that's insane.
Yeah, that's why Mahomes was going to get. He's going to get put in some combos if he 3-peat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why. But that's why LeBron's comments doesn't make any sense, because all championships aren't created equal, and he even said it, because him coming back, beating the Warriors, coming back from 3-1, that to everybody that held a lot of weight.
They do.
Yeah.
The same way Jordan's 2 3-peats hold a lot of weight.
But I think people pick and choose on what they want to do for ring culture, though. I think they do.
Yeah,
that's why I think LeBron is right in the situation, and why he say it's toxic.
It's toxic, but it all. But that
pick and choose want to care about context for rings. Like, for example, Jalen Hurts just won a Super Bowl I'll put football sense. Jalen Hurts just won a Super Bowl, and he couldn't control him having literally a top 3 defense. You have the best run back in the game, run for 2,000 yards, got all these weapons. When Kevin Durant wants to say, fuck it, I want to have a better legacy. I want to go to a super team, win a ring. them shits don't even count. You a sucker, this and that. This is like, bro, he trying to win because that's the part of the ring. Like that's the part of like he trying to win. And literally, I think if any top star, like, let me sign a 2-year deal to the Golden State Warriors at their prime. I think any superstar is doing it, no matter what the context is, no matter what you got going on. I think they're doing it.
I know, and but that's the thing. It's like
all rings are created equal.
I don't fault KD for doing what KD did. I don't fault LeBron doing. I don't fault LeBron doing for what he did.
But here's the thing, though. That's why because he's not just talking about just us three. He's talking about the public.
But the problem is
95% of this world is not going for them KD Warriors rings. Like they're not going for it. Anytime you bring up KD on the Warriors, it's like I don't even know how. Like, you're not even going to talk. We're not talking about them years. You're not
because what happens is. Don't act like you did what you did, but didn't do it for the reasons you did it.
I don't know.
Like we know why you went to Miami, bro. We know why.
If I was LeBron and I got drafted in 2003 and I'm literally haven't won for it was like 7 years. He was in there for 7 years before he left to go to Miami.
Yeah,
I was in trouble.
Yeah,
like
but also,
8 years because he lost first year in Miami too.
As a kid, though, right when he did that 2010, I hated it because, bro, you doing too much. You got a whole ESPN shit. Wait, we got you doing too much. Just say you go to Miami, bro.
Right? And
he went to Miami to win a ring. I think the thing is, like, you play to win the game. It's like put it like this: championships matter, but the topic that he's talking about with the ring coach shit and to public is like both things can be true at the same time. I don't think what he's saying like don't make any sense. It's just that he's just talking about how conversations can be had with players that really could have conversations with, but people don't do it because of rings.
Yeah, I'm not putting. Look, AI is my dude. I'm not putting Allen Iverson in conversations he don't belong in.
Yeah, of course.
If we're gonna talk about who's like, depending on where you want to put him as a point guard or a two guard, we can have a conversation. We can put him in those conversations. But if we're gonna go, okay, who are the great like? I always say we're gonna do a Mount Rushmore of the most influential basketball players of all time. AI is on it.
Yeah, he probably number one.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably top 3. Yeah, for sure.
So, but if we're gonna talk about greatest,
greatest, you have to combine everything. But,
right.
That's what I'm saying though. But again, like this conversation right here, like it's fine, like cool. We understand both sides. There are a lot of people on the plug when he's talking about this ring culture shit. They don't understand that.
Because they're crazy people.
Exactly, but that's the public though. Like you got to think like people like me and y'all who like we're the minority. People who try to break down the game, watch tape and shit like that. Like we're the minority. Like this shit is majority casual to get shit from ESPN First Take, Speak, First Things First. When that's just what the general world is. So that's why I feel like that's why he's saying that. That's why I have zero issues with what he's saying because that shit is a common thing. Like ring culture is mad talk. I think it's dumb, but on the flip side, you get in conversations for greatest because you got to win.
And it's all about, and I think that's where if he would have added that, I don't think a lot of people wouldn't have lost their minds after it. Like if he just would have been like, look, it is toxic, but winning
it's important.
It's very important to what we do.
It's important.
I feel like he worded it wrong because
he probably just worded it wrong. But you're LeBron James, you can't word nothing wrong.
Unfortunately, because he's under a microscope, right? But
exactly, you're anything you say, you're under a microscope. So.
It's gonna be deconstructed, reconstructed, flipped, and everything. But I think when it comes to at least new fans, right? A lot of the new fans, a lot of the younger fans, right? It gets toxic, right? Because unfortunately, that is what a lot of them focus on. A lot of them focus on the championships. I was having a conversation about Shea, and a lot of them are already ready to deem him, top 5, top 10 point guard. He's one of the greatest players already just because of his accolades and him possibly going on to win the finals, win championship. So, like, I definitely get what he's saying. Like I said, he might have just worded it wrong because there is a lot of toxic parts of ring culture and the ring conversations. But at the same time, he knows that it matters, bro. Like rings matter, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's why I say he knows it matters. It's just that again, like I got to bring it for a football example. Like, nigga, when I post my show on Instagram, if I say, oh, yeah, Lamar Jackson's better than Jalen Hurts, oh, who just won a Super Bowl? Bro, like, there's more to that. Like,
I still think one championship. See, like the Lamar and Jalen Hurts situation is a funny one because I would say 2 MVPs, 1 Super Bowl, like what Lamar has done in his career, and to this point, like and what Jalen has done in his career. If someone said Lamar is better than Jalen, I would say that. I'm not. The Super Bowl, his 1 Super Bowl doesn't outweigh what Lamar has done.
But see though, this is where like it kind of dies on a slippery slope when it comes to like, I guess what you prefer or whatever, because MVPs are regular season though. Like you can have all the MVPs in the world. If you're not winning the big one, they're not going to care.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're going to compare them to this point in their careers.
But the thing is, I'll put it like this: when it comes to the genuine, like the consensus of publics or whatever, like not what I value, I think it's pretty known that like no matter what, Super Bowls are going to be outweighed way more than MVPs, even recent time. Because if it wasn't, then Jalen Hurts wouldn't be the second best quarterback in the league. He wouldn't.
Right, but that's why Peyton is where Peyton is. Peyton's only got the 2 Super Bowls, but he's got what, 5 MVPs?
Yeah. But I think, this is why I think again people pick and choose about it because again, when you watch Peyton play the game, there's no possible way you can name. There's not exactly. Yeah. But that's how I feel. Like what Hurts is like. There's no way you can look at Jalen Hurts' game and say he's a top 4 quarterback. You want to say at most.
That's why I said at 5 because what happens is he's still a young quarterback. What happens if he goes win the Super Bowl next year? The exact same fashion.
People gonna say he's the best quarterback in the league. I won't, but it depends on how he do it. I will say.
You know what I'm saying?
The narrative is going to start though. That is going to be a narrative for sure.
Yeah, so they go back to back. They saying he's the best quarterback in the world.
I wouldn't say world. I mean, he would be the reigning best quarterback in the league.
Mel, I'm telling you right now, if the Eagles go back to back, and Jalen Hurts just has a good Super Bowl performance, they're going to say he's the best quarterback in the world. Mm-hmm. They're going to say that.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's low key. It might be undisputed. The way how they talk about Jalen Hurts now, to where they saying that
what would Jalen Hurts have to do realistically, not craziness, because we know how that offense is set up. What would he have to do for you to be like, you know what? He's him.
So what you mean by he's him to where it's like, he's the best, or he the best quarterback in the league?
He's real to change the narrative that because I feel like he got carried to this.
I'm not gonna say he got carried. I'm not gonna say that. He wasn't. It's just logistics, bro. It's just like I'm not gonna because I don't like John Elway like that. I kind of view it in a sense of like them Terrell Davis years with John.
So that's what you feel he got. All right.
But he fake got carried. I'm not going to try to.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
I mean,
unless Saquon every game is rushing for like 152. Like he's going insane.
So in order for you, let's say Jalen Hurts, let's say next season, this season coming up, Jalen goes out 3,500 yards passing, 600 to 700 yards rushing.
All right, I'm gonna already help you out. He already gonna have 15 touchdowns on the ground because of the tush push. So he gonna have 15 of them hoes.
Yeah. So and another, let's say 28 to 32 passing touchdowns.
Yeah, it's basically like his 2022 year.
Yeah.
I'll probably say if somebody's, it's just hard because it depends on like. To me, I'm gonna just be dead ass. I don't think there's a world where Jalen Hurts can be in the top 3. For him to get in the top 3, like it would have to be. I would have to see a significant drop off from Burrow, Lamar, Josh. I would have to see like something to where like you clearly just got way worse than what you were to like a year ago. To where I would prop Jalen Hurts up. I genuinely believe unless his game just starts, unless he starts looking like a top 5 passer in the league or some shit. I would probably never have him in my top. Like,
so
never.
you're okay with just motherfucking going out there throwing for 4,200 yards and 40 touchdowns and not making the playoffs?
I'm going to have context, man. That's just what it is. I'm gonna have the context because when them Shane shits was happening to Drew Brees, he throwing for 5,200, 40 TDs, 11 picks, and they're not making the playoffs because they got the worst defense in the league. I can't blame Drew Brees for that.
Yeah, but I'm still not saying Drew Brees is like, you know.
But Mel, you gotta come on, Mel. You gotta come on. From even the 3 years that they missed the playoffs, it was still undisputed that Drew Brees was a top 3 quarterback in the game.
Top 3?
Yes. It was Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees.
No Peyton? So Peyton don't exist.
So the 3 years that Drew Brees I'm talking about that missed the playoffs, Peyton was already retired.
Oh, this was after Peyton.
It was after Peyton. This is like
I'd have to go and look at this.
Like 16, 17, 18, something like that. It was around, it was like either 14, 15, 16, or it was like around in the mid 2010s where they missed 3. They were like 9-7 and 8-8, like 3 years in a row.
But
and my fault, and let me correct myself. If Payne is in that, he'll be a top 4 quarterback the entire time. I just know for a fact Drew Brees from the 2010s, from when he won a Super Bowl, missed it. They had that little shit with the Minnesota Miracle. He was consistent, a top 4 quarterback the entire 2010s, literally till his shoulder gave out. Even the years he missed the playoffs.
I would say even in 2 years of those playoffs. That like Trent says, we gotta add that context. Them PIs matter, bro, because they were supposed to go.
No, like I know.
Fucking matter, bro. I ain't gonna lie, dog.
No, that's the playoffs. We're talking about that's playoffs. We're talking about regular season. What year was that? What year was the Ram shit?
Oh, that was like 2018 and something like that. Yeah, that's 2018. That's 2018.
All right, 2018, just under 4K, 32 touchdowns.
And let me clarify, right? Just for the 3 years in a row they missed the playoffs, it was 14, 15, and 16. So it was the last 14 was the last good year of Peyton Manning. The second year, then when they won the Super Bowl, no fly zone, Peyton wasn't like good at all.
But they went 7-9, 7-8, 7-9.
Exactly. You got to think though. You got the number 1 passing offense in the league.
Get the fuck.
Mel, that's nasty, gang. You know, like that's disgusting.
7 win. I'm not putting nobody. I don't care how many. You probably did. That's no. We did the same shit for Dak. You got if you did it for Dak, you got to do it for when Dak was putting up all them crazy numbers because they was down by 40 every week.
But the thing, but Mel, here's the thing, though, right? But here, talk about number 1. I'm cool with Dak. I think Dak is a pretty good quarterback. I just think he gets hated on more because he got the star on his head.
But a lot of his numbers is garbage time.
Mel, but there's no possible way. You're telling me the year Drew Brees threw for 5,200 yards, 37 TDs.
He was 37.
Hey, 7-9.
That's not on him, man.
37, 52.
I ain't gonna hold you. Just think about this, right? Mel.
I can't hold you, dog.
Mel, just think about this.
Where you coming from?
Look, I'll give you another example, Mel, because this is a generational example. The Chargers, I think in 2010, had like the number 1 defense in the league. They didn't make the playoffs because they had the worst special teams unit you'll probably ever see in your life. That's not on Phillip Rivers. Bro, like context matters, dog. It matters. That's why
all I'm saying is I see what he's saying because at 35, 34 plus to put up those numbers in back-to-back seasons, yes, you didn't make the playoffs.
Mulich, he was 37.
He was 37. Just starting off where he started off at, though, like
you gotta
35, 36, 37, back to back. I can't. I get what you're saying, Mel. Trust me, I understand.
Hey, I'm sorry.
At the age that he was at to put up those numbers,
I don't care about the age,
Mel. But that's so disgusting. Like, bro,
I feel like that kind of has to matter a little bit.
Like the
age has to matter,
just a little bit, especially in football.
If I am a 37-year-old quarterback throwing for 5,200 yards, 37 touchdowns, like 13 picks. I have the number one offense.
Peyton didn't have a neck and threw for 5,000.
Peyton Manning's Peyton Manning. What you saying?
I have to say that neck part though. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. But still, Peyton Manning is Peyton Manning. Like, I'm not gonna fault Joe Burrow for throwing for 4,900 yards, 41 TDs, and under like 10 picks, I think. And because they had the top two bottom two defense in the league.
And it, like I said, but that's you give Burrow pluses for that, but then you tax Jalen on the other end for having it.
Because the thing is with the Jalen Hurts, I genuinely believe there is nothing outside of running the football that he does better than Joe Burrow. That's why I don't even entertain the Jalen Hurts Joe Burrow conversation.
But they're different quarterbacks.
Of course they're different quarterbacks, but there's still nothing that Jalen Hurts does better when it comes to throwing the rock. Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts they're the same realm of quarterbacks. There's obvious, but there's levels to the passing from Lamar Jackson that we see from Jalen Hurts.
I totally get that. I get it. But at the end of the day, I'm not from the West Coast, but my man
Jameis, you gotta eat the Jameis.
You gotta get them dubs, baby.
Bro, I understand that, but this would be the problem with the rate. This is a prime example of the problem with that, bro.
You gotta get you got.
Oh man, let me ask you a question, right? Let me ask you a question. Because when Matt Ryan and them boys went to the Super Bowl in 2016, and Drew Brees in that same year threw 5,200 yards, you were saying you in a nutshell, you would think that Matt Ryan that year was better than Drew Brees?
He got his team to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. I just can't think like that.
At the end, when we go to camp, we are in spring ball, everybody lifting weights, everybody running.
I'm trying to win.
What's the end goal?
Get a ring, get a natty, get a Super Bowl. I understand.
At least have a chance to get it.
I feel you. But here's the issue, though. Here's the problem. If I know from what my coach, if I know I got a star-studded offense, and I know I have something that's hindering, which is the defense, that's literally the worst defense in the league for 3 years in a row. If anything, the person who's going to get a blame on why you're not making the playoffs is the GM because you're not drafting right. Because here's the thing, though, Mel. As soon as they drafted good pieces on their defense, they were back in playoffs. As soon as they drafted Marshawn Lattimore,
I understand everything you're saying, 100%. I do. I really do. That shit don't matter.
Yo, you're nasty, bro. You're nasty, bro. Bro, you're nasty, bro. You're nasty, bro. This is disgusting. That
shit don't matter.
No, it don't matter. This is the problem with the culture, though. That's the problem.
It's because we do this for wins, bro. Like, it is what it is. Look, they would at the end of the day, like I said, and it's weird because ring culture only matters to quarterbacks. It doesn't matter to any other position on the field.
Facts.
So that's why it is what it is with the quarterbacks. And as a quarterback, like I said, I'm not putting Trent Dilfer over Dan Marino because Dan Marino doesn't have a ring and Trent Dilfer has one. It's not how that works. What we're saying is when you get to a certain point, what separates the greats from the greatest is that little minute thing. If Aaron Rodgers has one Super Bowl, Peyton has two.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than just the one Super Bowl that makes Peyton better than Aaron Rodgers.
But
or greater than Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know, because even in you put in the context of Peyton Manning's rings, he playing like manure and they're winning the game.
Right. But Aaron Rodgers didn't even have a chance to do that.
But that comes in the context of the team. That comes in the context of the team. If Aaron Rodgers plays like terrible in a playoff game, they're automatically losing. You're never going to have a chance to win. There hasn't been a game where Aaron Rodgers has played terrible and they've won a game. There's never been.
Well, no, when they lost and they won a game.
You said what?
You said and he played terrible and they won a game.
There's never been a time where he's played like dogs, like two. There's some games in I forgot which one it was. The 2006 run with Payne Manning, he played like literally like shit, and they won the game.
But see, the thing about it is, Peyton has always put the team in position to do so.
But so has A-Rod, though.
A-Rod has taken his team out of position a lot.
Wait.
And like you said, he's played bad, but the defense has never picked him up. You're right. You 100% on that. But he still played bad.
Because I don't think there's a separate on why Payne Manning is better than Aaron Rodgers. Because realistically, I used to think Payne was better than A-Rod, but I'm on the opposite spectrum now.
Oh no, that's not even.
Don't even say it's not close. That's just pure hate.
It's not.
That's pure hate.
It's not hate. It's just
that's pure hate. That's pure hate. We're in 2025. I know we hate Aaron Rodgers. I know people don't like Aaron Rodgers.
No, it's just because
it's not close. That's crazy.
Even if you elevated he's only gotten. How long has Aaron Rodgers been playing football now? 20 what?
Since 05. His first career, like he first started playing for it was 08.
Like 08. So he's been playing for a hot minute, 16, 17 years.
Facts.
Essentially.
Yeah. And he's only gotten the Packers to one Super Bowl.
Okay.
Like what are we talking about right now?
Okay. What does that mean?
Like if he's that dude, if he's him, one Super Bowl? One?
Okay. But bro, this literally be the problem with the ring culture and the shit I'm talking about. What does that mean? So he's not because he's only taking them one Super Bowl. You just talked about how hard it is to win a Super Bowl.
Right. I said hard to win. I didn't say he didn't.
I'm just saying though, you confused me.
But you can only get there once.
It happens. Drew Brees only got 10 motherfucker once, and he a top 5 quarterback.
And we don't talk about Drew Brees like that.
We don't talk about what are you talking?
We don't talk about Drew Brees like that.
I feel like context matters with Aaron Rodgers, though. I can't be doing my
and Drew Brees, because the thing about it is Aaron Rodgers is like the girl who lets you put your finger in it and you think you about to get some and you're not gonna get none.
Relax.
That's what all the MVPs are like. Oh yeah, like we're gonna go 13-3. We're gonna go 14-2.
He went 15. He went undefeated because I'm not counting the game that he lost because Matt Flynn, he literally sat him out the last game. He basically went undefeated with a bottom 5 defense in the league. Like he got him to the playoffs. Like that speaks volumes. Like
he did.
Like we're not about to disrespect Aaron Rodgers and make it seem like
Matt LaFleur taking the ball out of his hands, the special teams bullshit. Like context, man, you gotta relax on my boy A-Rod, bro. Hold on, wait a minute, man.
Aaron Rodgers is a top 5 lock quarterback in the game. There's not 5 quarterbacks right there.
Lock spot quarterback in
National Football League. There is not 5 quarterbacks at all time.
There's not 5 quarterbacks better than.
There are not. I'm gonna say it again. There are not 5 quarterbacks all time better than Aaron Rodgers. Not 5 at all.
So what we have to do now. So now you got to come back. We're gonna do this. I'm not going to do it off the top of my head right now. I'm gonna make sure, and I have every argument for each one of these dudes that are better than Aaron Rodgers.
It's gonna be. It's literally the only people I am hearing. I would hear Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, maybe Joe Montana, because you want to talk about the rings.
Oh, so you said maybe Joe Montana. That's
cool.
Crazy.
After I'll get maybe. I don't think Joe Cool's better than Aaron Rodgers at all. But I'll give you that because you value championships highly. So I'll give you Joe Montana. After that, there are nobody you're going to speak as better than Aaron. Not a single person.
Okay, like I said, we're going to.
Not Steve Young, not John Elway.
You forgot Baby Manning, but that's another thing.
Are we talking about career or talent though?
What is he talking about?
Are we talking about career or talent? Like as far as
They're-
like,
I just
As
wanted
an overall
I just wanted Trent to walk off the screen.
Come on, bro. Come on. Well, like,
I know I
as
got at least. Let me see.
bro, it's not like as an overall whole, we want to greatness, skill, talent. He's top 5 for sure. No questions about it.
Okay, we'll get to it. We'll keep it on Aaron Rodgers right now. What is okay? So I'm going to keep it on Rodgers and the Steelers just because there's rumblings going around that Ram is going to go to the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the dumbest shit in the world if he goes to the Steelers.
Wow.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's probably the dumbest move the Steelers could possibly do because their problems are not on defense. Their problems are on offense.
I agree.
And you have to trade to get them.
Oh, you got to trade to get Jalen? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, draft picks involved and all.
Yeah, like you're giving up you're giving up a lot of something to get him.
I think Atlanta should get him.
And you got to pay him.
And you got to pay him.
I think Atlanta got to get him because their secondary is not that good. Plus, they need defensive pieces.
I think their secondary is solid. Their secondary is.
It's all right, but they had a lot of
one side.
I think they fixed because their main issue was the edge rusher problem, and that's why they got James Pierce and Jalen Walker. But adding Jalen Ramsey would help out tremendously because they couldn't.
I think the biggest problem with getting Jalen Ramsey is that you have to trade for him.
Yeah, he coming back.
It wasn't like the Ravens getting Jair because he got released and they just picked him up.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's going to be a team, and especially if he wants to win, there's got to be a team with a bunch of draft picks that are willing to come off of those.
Yeah. So
well, I mean, with the Steelers, you can move Beanie inside and you can move him to his true position with the nickel and put.
No, you got Joey Porter. You don't want to fuck up Joey Porter, and you got Slay. Like it's like.
Yes, that would be 2 damn near 3 big ass corners. Who your nickel?
Yeah, like I think at that point I guess the only way it makes kind of sense is if you move Jalen Ramsey to safety.
That would be. Hey, he already had his years when he was the best in the game. He might as well move to safety. He could do it. I could definitely see him do it.
I'm not saying he wouldn't. I'm not saying he couldn't do it. But then what?
I'm assuming the Steelers are the lead favorite.
From everything that I saw, the deal's already in place.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I guess they're supposed to be I guess they said what's today? Today's Friday. So if they didn't do it today, by Monday, we'll probably hear about it. Yes, if it's done. But I guess they're just trying to figure out compensation on what they're giving up. I'm pretty sure
they're gonna trade somebody.
They're going to have to come on. And I don't know who you give up. That's because there's nobody on the offense that you want outside of DK, but they just got him. And if I'm the Dolphins, you're gonna want something defensively. So unless you giving up one of them damn pass rushers, was it Highsmith? I don't really know the linebackers like that, and you're not giving up nobody. You're not giving up nobody in the secondary.
The only person you would probably give up in the secondary is Deshaun Elliott.
And I think he was already on the Dolphins. I don't think they want that nigga back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless the rumors of TJ Watt getting traded.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not.
Like, because
I know he's in contract with right now, but I really don't know. They trade TJ, that would be crazy.
We've seen crazier things happen.
That's true.
That is true, for sure.
I mean, me personally, I wouldn't do it. I'm not trading TJ Watt.
I mean, I wouldn't do it either. But I mean, and you got to work out something if you want Jalen.
But like I said, I would, if I'm the Steelers, I figure out a way to get If you're gonna get anybody, you fucking see what they want for Tyreek Hill. If you're gonna get anybody from the Dolphins.
Fair, very valid as well, considering the Steelers receiver position right now.
Yeah, like I mean, unless Roman Wilson is showing his ass in camp, which I mean, I like Roman Wilson. Like I've been watching him since he was in Michigan, so I know what he's capable of doing. But he's still coming. He's coming off injury.
Mm. Yeah, I get it. I understand it.
Then I don't know. And I don't got high hopes for the Steelers. No way. It is what it is. But now, is it Super Bowl or bust for the Baltimore Ravens now?
It's been Super Bowl or bust.
I mean, yeah, I guess it has been. But with them picking up Jair, you got Hamilton in the secondary. You got fucking Humphrey. You got the defense is nuts right now. Defense is crazy. Now, we can't. I mean, and I don't even blame Lamar for last year's loss. I just think the tight ends lost their shit in the playoff game. So, does Lamar get the Jalen Hurts treatment if he wins the Super Bowl next year?
I don't know how it'd be equivalent to the Jalen Hurts situation now. It'll be different because Lamar been having great defenses since 2019. That's never been the problem. It's kind of like the Steelers thing, but the Ravens just make it farther than the Steelers. That's never been an issue with the Ravens. Ravens defense been on that since I was a kid. It's always been offense.
But they shit the bed against they shit the bed 2 years ago against the Bills.
Yeah,
true.
I can't remember what happened the year before.
Because I know the Bills game in COVID, that's when he got a concussion and he threw that pick. But that was like, and Justin Tucker missed 3 field goals, so it was like, goddamn, like that shit was just
crazy.
By the way, like, I was just like, especially at that time, Justin Tucker missing 3 in a row, like that's absolutely like, yeah, you're not winning this game. What's his name? 2022, he got hurt. He didn't play. They almost won that game, but he didn't play. He was hurt. 2023, even though I think he still had lack of weapons, he choked. He played.
That's when he threw the 2 picks, right?
Yeah, him and Zay Flowers didn't play well. Like that's when Zay Flowers come back. And then this year, I think this year, people give a lot of flack to the for the Mark Andrews drop because that shit was crucial. But that fumble he had, even though it was a bad snap, he was doing way too much with the football. But then they already came out and said that the Rashad Bateman pick was on him. He ran the wrong route. So it's like I can't fault Lamar for it. But it's like with the Ravens, they always got playoff anxiety when it's like literally in the conference championship moment. So it's like So I think like them signing Jair is crazy. Like I mean, like it's the Ravens always gonna have a great defense. That's never like my issue. Mm-hmm. Like for example, say they hypothetically say if they had drafted like I don't know, like say they just got like a top receiver. Say in a hypothetical they had got Ted McMillan. Yeah, bro. Like you lose, I'm on your ass, bro. You gotta.
That's where I'm at with them. Them getting D-Hop, I'm cool with it. I think it's I think it's D-Hop 2 or 3 years too late.
But the things that piss me off the Ravens, they've been doing this for so long. You signed Steve Smith when he not out his prime. You signed Anquan Bolden when he out his prime. Like go for receivers that are in a prime. Like D-Hop,
or at least still pretty young. I would say that.
Right. That's why I'm like, if you're adding D-Hop to be a piece, like because Rashard Bateman and Zay Flowers, they took steps. So you're pretty much just adding D-Hop to bolster it a little bit. But if I was gonna get anybody, I probably would have got Keenan out. If I was
hard. Yeah, it's just hard.
Personally, probably would have went for Coop.
Oh, he's still in the agency?
You still got him. I mean, there's still stuff that you can do to help the Raven offense, but at the end of the day, it's like are y'all going to not choke this shit out in the playoffs?
That's the biggest question.
I think that the point the Ravens and the Bills, see it to believe it. I don't care who you sign. Like
you got to win it. You have to go win, and
like just at least make the Super Bowl. Like I don't even care if you lose in the Super Bowl because at least you took a step. They both haven't made the Super Bowl, and it's been for the past 3 years. It's been Ravens and Bills will make it out. So
and it's weird. It's like they
can't beat the boogeyman.
Right. It's like they're going to meet Mahomes at some point. And it's like, what are y'all going to do when you get there? Because they end up, if they don't take each other out, he takes out both of them.
But it's going to happen. I just don't know when it's going to happen. Like I genuinely believe if Lamar and them, if the Ravens don't get a premium wide receiver one, he's never going to win a Super Bowl. It's not going to happen.
That's the stance that I've been on.
Unless Mark Anderson and Isaiah likely turn into Ron Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez, it's not happening.
No, I mean, and I don't see neither one of those happening.
Word, because Mark is getting old, and Isaiah likely he a good tight end, but it's like he's not game changing.
Right, he's a good piece, but he's not going to be like that's. But if I was them, I would have spent as much draft capital as I can to get a number one wide receiver.
Now you could have. Well, shit. It's because I don't know, bro. It's just so hard because, like,
I mean, you don't know, but at least
there's like the window for them to win is like it's about to get real short. Because if the Eagles stay on this pace, like, bro, they got everybody on good ass deals. Like, it might get ugly for the league if they keep everybody.
Yeah.
Because all Jalen has to do is just not mess up.
Right. But that's where I guess that's where the Ravens are. The Ravens should have been the Eagles first. Because you had Lamar on the contract. You had the young defense.
It just didn't work.
And it's like, Marlon Humphrey has maybe what?
3 years left.
2 years left on him.
You got the best safety in the game. You just drafted another elite safety in Malachi Starks, who's probably going to work out heavily. You got Mike Green, who's really a first-round talent, but since the domestic violence issues, he failed you. So you got another gift. Like,
right,
bro.
you got Roquan Smith. You got all the pieces. The only thing that is lacking is
receiver.
They haven't hit that receiver yet. They haven't hit that receiver.
But the thing is, this was the Ravens do though. Like, unless they always get a receiver that's at their prime 4 3 years. They've been doing this since I've been alive. They've been doing it.
That's why
I think even since the Derek Mason
it's been Derek Mason.
Yeah, they signed him later after his prime after Tennessee. They've been doing this for literally since I was in diapers. I don't know what's when it comes to that.
That's why if with the whole Jamar Chase situation, I would have threw as much money as I possibly could to get Jamar Chase. That's just me. Because you put Jamar Chase in that offense with Lamar, with Derrick Henry, it's going stupid.
I feel like they need to try to it's just hard because you're trading up, you gotta give a lot. They're gonna have to sacrifice one of them defensive pieces or something to where they gotta get an offensive player because I'm just seeing lackluster receiver play. I'm sick of it.
I think at this point, the Ravens are in the place where they can just say fuck these draft picks because you got everything. Everything else is around you. You got to get you that whoever you targeting as a number one wide receiver, whether you trade for him or you get it out the draft.
Like that time when Tyreek Hill was trying to say that he out or whatever last year, even though I knew he wasn't leaving, I'd have thrown everything out to get Tyreek.
You got to throw everything at the kitchen sink just to see what happens. You got to.
Literally just to see.
Even when T. Higgins was when he was on the edge, figure it out. You got to figure it out. You got to get somebody to come in there and be a number one, legit number one. Shit, at this point, I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about them, but if I'm them, I see what the Falcons want to do with Drake London.
For him to give up Drake London a future, you have to give him your legit future for Drake London. Drake London's not going anywhere.
Because
I would call to see what they want to do with Kyle Pitts. They haven't used that boy since they fucking drafted him.
He's gone. He's in. Where'd he go?
Nah, he's not going.
He's not going yet.
No,
okay,
he's still in Atlanta. I'm calling. I'm ringing the line. Hello, what? Name your price, because y'all. What are we doing? What are we doing over there?
But Drake London to me is a star. He's just trapped in Atlanta with nothing.
Bro, I don't know, man. If the Ravens don't do nothing, they don't get a receiver. To me, they never gonna win the ring.
Right, and then I'm not blaming that on. I don't know if I want to blame it on the head coach more or less. How much I want to blame it on Greg Roman and whoever's been the offensive coordinator, because they don't prioritize that. They just don't. And I don't know why.
Run game defense.
We got that.
That's been the recipe since forever. So
yeah, but it hasn't worked though.
Hey.
It has not worked. And
At
then
some point in time, you have to realize you can switch it up or keep losing.
True indeed. But then this is the problem. You run the risk of Lamar walking out the door.
That's true. And that's your biggest factor right there. So
shit. If I'm Lamar, we don't win nothing in the next 3 years, I'm gone.
And see, there you go. And he wouldn't be wrong in requesting out either.
Because how much longer does he bang his head up against the wall?
How many generational years I'm going to give y'all for me to a unanimous MVP? I'm the first quarterback to have 41 touchdowns, rush for 900 yards. He literally almost had a college football season in the NFL.
Yep.
I'm not Lamar needs to play better in the playoffs, but also too he still needs the primary number one. You being here, school.
Because what would stop him from? Because we've already seen that the Rams are willing to come off of Matthew Stafford. What would stop him from being like, fuck that, I'm gonna go play in LA with McVay? You got Luka over there.
He was up in free agency though. It seemed like nobody wanted him, which was crazy.
They wanted to. Because you had to trade. They wanted too much in trading to trade for him.
But I feel like the people who didn't get them, they're dumb. The Dolphins to me are dumb. I'm trading 2 firsts easy, and I'm getting rid of Tua for Lamar Jackson. I don't need
for Lamar.
Hell yeah.
What are you talking about? You talking when he was coming out?
I think it was the year in 2022 when Lamar was when
he was negotiating the deal.
When he was a quote unquote free agent, but to get Lamar, you have to trade 2 firsts to get him.
Oh yeah, I'm throwing them up.
I'm trading that in a heartbeat. I have Lamar Jackson, Mike McDaniel with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Oh yeah, it's showtime.
Exactly.
It's showtime. I'm not playing with y'all.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy.
Because you don't got enough niggas on their defense to deal with all that.
It's too much firepower.
And then that's when Raheem Mostert was still kind of young too.
Yeah. Then later on they drafted Devon A-Chain. Bro,
you don't got enough speed on there's not enough speed on your defense.
Speed.
But this is the thing that the Ravens really have to. You can't, because how old is Lamar now? 27.
Lamar 27. Lamar young still. Oh yeah, Lamar 27.
You can't. His legs are only going to be his legs.
He's 28.
28. So his legs only going to be a superpower maybe for 3 more years.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta, and not to say Lamar can't throw, but what makes everything work for that offense is his legs.
Exactly.
And Derrick Henry's up there too. Derrick Henry's 30 years old, so you probably got another year or 2 with him. So their window is closing rapidly.
Exactly.
So it's make or break for them these next 2 seasons. So if they don't get it this year, honestly, you got to blow this motherfucker up.
Yeah, if in 2 years, if they don't have a ring by 2 years, I'm gone. Like I'm really gone.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I think the Bills will get progressively better, and the Chiefs are just going to keep retooling. So
once the Bills unlock Keenan Coleman, it's over.
And then the Texans are going to be the Texans. Once the Texans get healthy, you got a whole nother issue.
O-line, they'll be fine. Because you need O-line to protect the quarterback.
You got to get right, though. You got to get right.
And then who else is coming through? I mean, I think those are probably like the main. Yeah, I guess you got Texans, Chiefs, Bills, and then whatever the Bengals decide to do on defense. If they could ever fix that,
they should start by signing their number one fucking defensive player.
They can't even they don't even want to sign Samar Stewart because they trying to do him grimy. It don't make any sense. Yeah, they don't make sense even. Like the Bengals are dumb. But I think but I think the Bengals are the only owner who doesn't what's saying they don't make a bill or something like that. They don't make $1 billion or something like that. He's not a billionaire or he's not a million like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they doing Shamar Stewart dirty.
But it's weird. I don't understand. But isn't his contract locked? Or if they're talking about guaranteed money?
No, it's not. It's literally if he gets hurt, they don't have to play him. I mean, they don't have to pay him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right. I did hear that. It was the injury. It was the injury.
It's the injury. He's not going.
It's the language, and it's like I wouldn't sign that shit, nigga. I'm not.
This is my life, bro. What?
Yeah,
and they didn't even meet with him when what's his name? Because I was right there at the combine when he was doing the meeting and stuff. They didn't even meet with Shamar Stewart.
Oh, that's crazy.
You drafted me, and then
but you didn't talk to me.
Like if I get hurt, you don't have to pay me. Yeah,
I'm not doing it.
Exactly. Shamar probably just re-enter the draft, which he can do, which is crazy.
Which he can do, that's exactly what I said. It's crazy.
Which is crazy.
I do it. Shit.
Yeah.
Stay in shape, work out crazy. Yeah, you're bugging.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would do. Yeah, I'm not signing that. That's crazy. I'm not. No. Especially in the NFL, you bugging.
Yeah, you out your fucking mind.
Shit's life changing out here. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So but then, like I said, this is the weird part about the Bengals is like, you know what your issues are. You can't create it. You can't make it worse. If you don't bring in Trey Hendrickson and you don't sign your first overall pick, which is another defensive and rusher. Yeah, it's like, so what are you gonna like? You gonna expect Joe Burrow to throw for what 7,000 fucking yards?
They want Joe Burrow to pull a Drew Brees. Gonna throw from all them yards. Gonna have a great year. They gonna not make the playoffs because the defense is so trash.
Yeah, and then you can't do that. You can't.
He's had Jamar Chase go for 230 yards on y'all.
Yeah, and then you can't do that.
I'm thinking about the Ravens. Holy shit, that's your teammate. But yeah, you got Jamar Chase going for 230 yards. You got a triple crown winner, and you don't even make the playoffs.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to do better if they even want a chance to get into the playoffs. Now, winning in the playoffs is something totally different.
Like it's literally just a chance. Like,
yeah, in the division that you're in.
Yeah, you're literally in a conference with a boogeyman, and literally with a bunch of with the best teams, the better teams on that side.
Yeah, in your conference at that.
Literally,
I mean, in your division.
Exactly.
Because
and you're in the best division in football.
Second best.
What's the best?
NFC East. I'm just playing.
Nah.
It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be a fight.
Get back on track. It could be, but as of right now, because it don't matter literally who was at quarterback for the Steelers, they're gonna make the playoffs. So
you think so? I'm worried that streak ends this year.
If it ends with
the quarterback. I mean,
if it ends this year with Aaron Rodgers, this shit is gonna get so toxic. Because like, oh, he was the first quarterback.
Okay, so then
the colors, I got faith.
I'm like, if you can make the playoffs with Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, bro, gonna make it, bro. Like,
but there's already talks. If the Steelers don't make the playoffs this year, do you think it's possible that Mike Tomlin moves?
Mike Tomlin what?
That Mike Tomlin is not the head coach next year.
So my thing with the Mike Tomlin situation, because I don't go for Mike Tomlin slander, but he.
I don't. No, I don't either. I'm just saying because we've already heard the talk.
I think that would be dumb. But I will say though, like, because I don't go for Mike Tomlin slander, but he does play a part on why they haven't like.
Could you see
first round exits?
Could you see this? I can see this happening, and I would actually want this to happen. Let's say the Steelers don't make the playoffs, and they do decide to move on from Mike Tomlin. The Giants' situation is terrible, and I hate Brian Daboll. Mm-hmm. Could Tomlin go to New York and make the Giants again?
I don't know, bro. That's hard because you going into a situation where literally it's like the same thing that you just got fired from.
I actually think the Giants situation is better if you believe in Jackson Dart.
I don't. So that's what makes it kind of fuck it up. Like I don't. But he can be decent though. So I'm not really like for potential wise, because Aaron Rodgers is about to retire. He like 41. So like and you drafted Will Howard. So like Will Howard's not like it's not anything. So
could you now I hate hypotheticals. I hate dumb shit. So Tomlin Daboll shits the bed, which I pray he does. I hate Brian Daboll.
He probably is.
Tomlin goes to New York. First year, they feel it out. Second year, because they're going to be ass. We have the new Manning in New York.
That Arch Manning shit got to show me, bro. No.
You don't like Arch? I think Arch is legit.
Oh, he's cool, but the hype that he's getting, because obviously he got to show it. Like it's just I just want to see it because all Arch showed me last year. He was 2006 Tim Tebow. You only come in to run the ball.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
He only came in to run the ball. It's literally.
He was throwing. Did you what?
He only came in.
Don't do my boy, bro.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm gonna explain. He had a good game versus UTSA. I would hope so. He playing UTSA. He played bad versus the worst SEC team in the country. And then I think he had another good game versus ULM, which I would hope you do so because that's the inferior opponent. And you're a freshman, so I'm not going to make it seem like you still got to get your reps in. All I'm saying is for what he's shown, I just got to see more. Now, if he balled out this year, I can 100% hear you for sure because he should ball out.
Crazy.
You called
him Tebow.
All of the big games, literally. Arch Manning will come in 3rd and 1, 4th and 2. Just like Tebow was before when Chris Leak was at quarterback. Yeah, but run the QB power. That's literally all he did. Run the QB power.
I'm not.
All right.
You're not wrong, but Tebow is crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm saying that's what it was. Like he was 06 Tebow. Like you come in the
He
game.
went 61 for 90.
Damn.
Almost 1,000 yards, 9 TDs, and 2 interceptions.
That man said,
last season.
Tebow. God,
it was cool. He had a cool year. Like,
oh my God.
69%, 68% completion percent.
As of right now, talk to me about DJ Lagway before you.
And he didn't even run the ball that much.
Huh?
He didn't even run the ball that much. He only ran the ball 25 times.
He barely played.
He played in 10 games.
Huh?
He played in 10 games last year.
Yeah, but I'm saying he didn't play a lot. But when Arch was coming in, that the games that he wasn't starting in, and outside of the first half versus Georgia, when I think Quinn got benched for like literally 2 minutes.
Yep.
But yeah, it'll be QB power. Like
he almost threw for 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns.
But I would hope you playing ULM, nigga, the worst team in the SEC, like UTSA, like.
Oh my God.
But you called him Tebow though.
That man
called I'm going to explain why again. When outside of them games that he started, literally the only time he got in the game was to run the ball. Just like in 2006, the only time Tebow got in the game, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, you're getting the QB power.
That's
You're not wrong, but that's not nice to say.
I'm not wrong, bro. It's just what it is. Like,
that's nasty.
Oh God damn it. Oh man.
good, but it's like I don't know. I gotta see more from March.
And now that I'm looking at his thing. He might not even come out in 2 years.
I think he's doing. I don't think he's coming out. I think he's gonna play his senior year.
Yeah, that's because I remember them saying that there was like no man has ever left school early. But I didn't know they redshirted him his freshman year.
Yeah, he did.
Because you saw him on the sidelines all the time, but I didn't know they redshirted him. So you got 3 more years.
He's a redshirt sophomore.
Freshman. Well, this year is the redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, realistically, he can play
3 more years, 4 more years.
He can play 1 year and get up out of there.
No, he could, but he's not.
Yeah, I know, but he could. But
yeah.
I don't know. Mike Tomlin in New York, that just don't even sound right. Don't even sound right.
That's the only place that I can. That's the only place I feel he will be. I can see him realistically going to. Should he leave Pittsburgh?
One thing the Giants don't do. There's 2 things. They don't draft black quarterbacks, and I've never seen a Giants black head coach. I would have to see Mike Tomlin being New York Giants. I would have to. That's some shit you would see some Madden. I don't know.
I didn't want to bring it up, but I never seen it either.
They don't draft black quarterbacks. they might sign one, but they're not drafting one.
This is true. But then, like I said, that would be them fixing and righting their wrongs.
I mean, hey, it's got to see, bro.
Because I don't even know where Mike Tomlin would go if he doesn't go. I mean, I can see them. Look, they can get rid of that bum ass motherfucker in Cleveland.
That's what I was just gonna say. I was just about to say.
I hate Kevin Stefanski.
They can get rid of that bum in Cleveland.
A year ago, 2 years ago. He won Coach of the Year twice, back to back, with losing records.
Ass.
I do not like Mike Stefanski. I do not. He's horrible. He's bad. Anybody else who does what he did with all the talent that he got would have got fired.
I'm just thinking, you put Mike Tomlin with that defense in Cleveland, those young quarterbacks, man. Hey, I'm not saying some Super Bowl, but I'm saying some crazy things might happen.
No, I get you.
I don't know. He don't do it for somebody for people to call him. That's why I don't like guys who they call like quarterback whisperers and offensive mind guru niggas, and their offenses is always trash. There's always bad. Like it don't matter who's playing with Sean McVay. The offense is always going to be the offense. Kyle Shanahan gonna figure it out. Like Brian Daboll is garbage. Stefanski garbage. Oh, he's a quarterback whisperer. He ain't whispering a quarterback yet. Then
I ain't seen him whisper the shit.
He better get to yelling.
Yeah, I would write it down first. I don't know.
Yeah, something. But it's just I don't know. I don't like him. Like even Mike McDaniel. I don't like him, but at least you know the offense is going to do what the offense do.
Yeah. Yeah. Regardless of the quarterback.
Yeah, they may not win, but that offense is going to do what the offense do.
No, I agree. I agree. All
right. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to get back over there. Oh, I spoke to what's his face too. He's gonna come on the show. I'll get you Global.
Oh, you spoke to Global?
Yeah.
Word.
He hit me up and he sent me his number. He told me to call him. I didn't even fucking call him. I gotta call him. I told him, I said, look, we can have a conversation because I like when we over there with you, there's like 1,000 niggas yelling, so we can't get it out. So I was like, I got to get him on the Darrelle Revis situation and how I feel. He has it.
We need to revisit that conversation on Tuesday when you can, though.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to get it together. I just had a bunch of people calling out of work because it's 115 degrees out here. So everybody's like, I'm not coming to work.
Oh, weenies.
Basically. But yeah, I got global. Who else? There was somebody else that was supposed to come. Slay is ducking me too.
Yeah, I got it. What's now? I got it. What's now?
Because he said some other shit about physicality not being as important. So I was like,
I gotta get you free on Sunday.
See, Sunday through Wednesday is hard because I work doubles on those days. Facts. But I'll figure it out.
Yeah, because my boy, so I've been on my boy Bama pod, and he got a player on the former CFL player. His name was Dante Marsh, and been arguing back and forth. Oh, and listen, been a lot of bullshit. Been a lot of arguing. Bama just had Marcus Allen's brother on there, Damon Allen. So that
I think I just, is that who I saw him with? Because somebody sent me the Marcus Allen thing.
Yeah,
the one he was talking about how he switched from
safety
or whatever it was.
This week he's gonna have Michael Pittman Sr. on, and then he's gonna have Steven Nelson on.
God damn.
Yeah, it's rolling in. A lot of older people because they don't like what I say, but I feel like there's a lot of nostalgia based about it, but I stand by it. But
yeah, I told people all the time. I said no, because there's one dude. I said nah. I said don't. The one you're not gonna do, you're not gonna talk shit about Trent. I fuck niggas up in the comments about that. It's like I know for content reasons, and I know what you stand on. So it's like I don't.
Yeah, no, we don't rock with that. We crashing out.
Yeah, I crash out all the time. That's
like you might not like what I'm saying, but like I feel like I can just stand on it. Like the whole I know you think Charles Wilson's the GOAT, which when you broke it down about on that video about him being the Kareem in the NFL, I get it. When we talk about the two-way aspect of players in college football, I feel like it's disrespectful to say Travis is not the best ever for a two-way.
No, you can't. I mean, because you can't. No one else has done it like that. No one has started at receiver and at cornerback. Like no one's ever done it.
I'm glad you understand that. But me and D. Marsh having this comment. Oh yeah, Charles Woodson's season was way better than Travis Hunter.
No,
it doesn't make sense. Like that doesn't make sense. If I'm winning the same award you outside of the Jim Thorpe, and mind you, it doesn't make sense how Travis Hunter won the best defensive player in the country, but he didn't win the best position that he plays. Doesn't make any sense. He almost had 10 awards in one night. To say that, oh yeah, Charles Woodson's season was better when Charles Woodson as a wide receiver, he didn't even crack 250 yards.
Yeah, no, Jabril Peppers had a better.
I was gonna say Jabril Peppers.
Ironically, Jabril Peppers didn't even crack 250 rushing yards. Like
rushing yards either.
We talk about these two-way players, bro. They're coming in spurts. Like they might come in for like a key moment. And it's like Charles Woodson, what he did, you coming in key moments, you getting a touchdown. You getting like it's cool. Yeah, Travis Hunter is literally
he's starting on both sides of the ball.
He's top 5 in every wide receiver category while still going crazy on defensive end. Like, there's no way, there's no other better two-way players than him.
Nah, the only two people that would come
like
Champ and Chris Gamble.
Yeah, that's because he actually was really playing it. Like,
yeah,
I'm not gonna. This is how I feel. I'm not gonna really call you a two-way player unless you really on the field.
You really you taking significant snaps on both sides of the ball.
Like that's not, like I'm not about to say Charles Woodson, who had 15 catches, 215 yards, and 2 TDs. Oh yeah, you're a two-way player.
No, Charles, the reason why it happened because he did play offense, but it was special teams. It was the punt return.
Yeah, it's the punt. Like, yeah, bro. Like I can hear that more. Like you crib shit. That's special teams. Yeah. Playing offense is a totally different ballgame.
Yeah, no, he didn't do that. Like the same thing like with Miles Jack.
Yeah,
Miles Jack, Adore Jackson,
Mel, how much time you got? So I want to clarify something to you. How much time you got? So I want to clarify. So I know you saw the Warren Moon video.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Look, I'm only talking to NFL. Sorry. He's not.
Okay, see, the reason why I said what I said in the comments was because of this. This is why I said the standard, y'all kind of move it around. Because I don't give a fuck if you're talking about the CFL or the NFL, it don't fucking matter. Y'all was because when it comes to receivers, you like the route running, the yada yada, all that shit. Mm-hmm. So the quarterbacks, I'm assuming it's the same thing. I don't give a fuck where you at. Warren Moon is a better quarterback of throwing the football than Russell Wilson.
Not in the NFL.
Yes, the fuck he was. It don't matter.
Yeah, it does matter. It does.
No.
When you look back in the NFL at Warren Moon's career, he only had 4 good seasons in the league.
No, but we're not talking about that. We are talking about throwing of.
Yeah, we're talking about throwing. Okay, we're talking about throwing the football.
Arm talent. Russell Wilson. He is not in the same class as Warren Moon.
Yes, we're talking about arm talent. No, he's not. Like because Warren Moon probably throws one of the prettiest balls I've ever seen in my life. But when you talking about the NFL, Russell's more accurate. He was. It backs it up. He was more accurate. Russell Wilson is one of, if not like top 3, one of the best off-platform quarterbacks, just off structure ever. He has that over Warren Moon.
That's cool.
And that thing that people sleep about on Russ before, bro, Russ is in the top 5 like rushing yards for quarterbacks. Like Russ run the field for real.
I know I agree with you on the rushing part, but we're going to talk about who is going to sit back. Do you know how nuts it was to run the run and shoot offense? Do you know how you have to understand all of the route combos that you have to do and be as accurate as he was to get the ball to all these fucking dudes back there when people were taking receivers heads off?
I get it. I understand it, but when you only good for like 4 or 5 good seasons versus somebody who was good and got better on for his career for almost a decade, I can't put you over him.
But like I said, we're talking about skill, right?
As a player, Russell Wilson, what's his name? More accurate. He wasn't nowhere near as turnover worthy, which I know it's context about it, but still it has the player factor in it. Like, I'm taking Russell Wilson. Like, there
isn't a football game in my lifetime where they're saying, or you can choose Warren Moon or Russell Wilson, and I'm taking Russell Wilson. And I love Russell Wilson.
But look, I'm talking about just what the versions of them in the NFL only. That's the only thing I'm talking about. Because of course, yes, did Warren Moon get voted because he couldn't? Because of racism? He should have been in the league way early. Yes. But again, the brother still played damn near 20 years in the league. Now, did he play older? Yeah, but I'm only talking about NFL because I don't care about CFL. I'm not going to count CFL. So I'm only talking about NFL careers only. I'm taking Russell Wilson 1,000 times out of.
But you're taking Calvin. You're not taking Jerry Rice's career over Calvin?
I am.
You're not taking Marvin Harrison's career over Calvin?
You said what?
You're not taking Marvin Harrison's career over Calvin?
Yeah.
You said Calvin Johnson.
Oh, wait, no. I'm taking Calvin Johnson's career over Marvin. Yeah, I am.
So careers only matter when we're talking about wide receivers.
What are you saying? Because I'm combining both.
I'm talking about skill.
You disagreed about the skill part. You disagreed about that, and that can be our disconnect. But I'm talking about skill set and the career.
So you're saying Russell Wilson has a better skill set than Warren Moon?
Look, I feel like I put like this. Warren Moon has a better skill set than Russ, but Russ used more of his skill set in a better way than Warren Moon.
That's what I've been saying.
What do you mean?
When it comes to the receivers.
No, I'm saying no. That's what you're not going to do. Because when it comes to Calvin literally has an all-time great skill set and used his skill set to the max. He just stopped playing because of injuries. So Warren Moon played 20 years. If I read you these numbers for Warren Moon, this shit looks ugly, bro.
I watched Warren Moon. I know.
Moolage. I'm about to go by year for Warren. I'm about to go by.
Yeah.
I'm
context matters, though.
Hey, this shit looks nasty, bro. 12 TDs, 14 picks. It's nasty. 15 TDs, 19 picks. That's nasty. 13 TDs, 26 interceptions. Nasty, bro. This is 21 touchdowns, 18 picks. Nasty. when you go down and look at this list, when he was like literally the years they made the playoff, when he had that incredible choke job in 1990, he snapped. He went crazy. 33 touchdowns, 13 picks. You snap. The next year you led the league in passing, but you almost had the same amount of touchdowns as picks. That looked like Jameis Winston to me.
The league was different back then, bro.
That's bad, Mel. That's bad.
League was different, bro.
Yeah, I'm Mel. Look, I feel like yes, was the league different? But I'm sorry. If you can lead the league in passing and almost had the same amount of touchdowns as interceptions, and it was just you get the excuse it's way different.
Them niggas wasn't them niggas weren't throwing bubble screens like that back then.
Hey, but if that's the case, we gotta have conversations about that era. If I can throw basically the same amount of touchdowns, same amount of picks as touchdowns, and people are fine with it, we gotta have a conversation about that era then, bro. That's not good. That's not.
It's not, but everything is not about numbers. If you weren't listen, you gotta understand. One, the way the game and the way offenses and defenses are today, totally. When a motherfucker was running a post route, that's what he ran.
Yeah, he's running the post route.
He ran a post route. That's it.
Wasn't no corner posts.
I mean, I feel like
that's why the run and shoot was so revolutionary, because they actually had options to do based upon what kind of coverage you was getting. But it still was a work in progress.
Yeah, it was. But all I'm saying is just for the NFL career, like, because I feel like this is how I feel, because I've said this before. I feel like when the production match, that's when I go skill set, because if you got elite years, elite longevity, there's no point in me just going off of who got more yards. I'm just going off who's the better player. I'm going to go off skill set. In this scenario, Russ still skill set wise, especially in NFL, I think was better than Warren Moon's, and his career as a whole is undoubtedly better than Warren Moon. Like, I don't even think it's close.
I see why you say that though, because just looking at it, it does look bad. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks nasty. Like,
I'm not.
Like, you know, and it's not. I'm not even trying to hit on one, but it's like, bro, like, y'all about to tell me, like, because how the conversation started, niggas talking about Warren Moon better than Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, that's blasphemy, bro.
I didn't say that.
No, I know you didn't say that. But I'm saying
I didn't say that.
I know you didn't say that. But we was having a conversation about the 80s and 90s versus the 2000s and 2010s, and they was talking about, oh yeah, Troy, like John Elway's better than Aaron Rodgers. Like, bro, you hear that shit, man? Like,
those are two guys that are like two peas in a pod for me. So I don't.
That's crazy, Mel. Yeah, Aaron, that's crazy.
They're the same nigga to me. So I don't.
It is crazy, bro.
Look, because I think John Elway, good quarterback, not as good as people tried to make him out to be. Aaron Rodgers, same shit.
It can't be the same shit though. Like, I can understand John Elway way more than Aaron Rodgers. That doesn't make any sense to me. Aaron Rodgers is still the only quarterback, and Aaron Rodgers is the only quarterback that you'll probably ever see, who can throw 40 touchdowns for 10 years straight and have under 8 picks. Like, that's different, bro. Like, look at Aaron Rodgers, top 2, top 3, one of the most accurate quarterbacks ever. Like,
I get it, 100%. Totally understand that. Still overrated to me.
That don't make no sense, bro. That don't make no sense, bro. You don't like him.
It's not. When I say overrated, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying he's not a great quarterback. I'm just saying, like how the conversation started. I'm just not putting him in conversations he don't belong.
So where is Aaron Rodgers in the conversation with you?
I think he's top 6, 7. Like I said, when we come back,
yeah,
I'll have the list ready to rock.
All time?
Like, there's 7 quarterbacks better than Aaron Rodgers, bro. Come on, man.
All time? Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, come on, man.
And are we talking about like overall talent? Like, where you got to set the perimeter.
I'm putting it all together because they don't like. I'm putting it. I'm encompassing all of the.
Please, because I'm gonna be. Aaron Rodgers is closer to number 2 than 7.
For you, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. He's definitely not number. He's definitely not number 2.
But at least for me personally, because you know Aaron
Rodgers.
Y'all
both Aaron Rodgers guys. So I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna lose this argument right now.
I just think it's hard to put 5 guys in NFL history over Aaron Rodgers.
He has elite longevity and elite peak. He has phenomenal accolades. Like there's literally, and in his skill set, you can literally argue he has the best skill set of all time for quarterback.
No,
you literally can argue that.
No,
you can literally argue that.
No, if you're gonna talk best skill set for a quarterback is either Lamar Jackson or Michael Vick.
Michael Vick, yeah,
yes. Skill set wise,
yeah. Mike Vick got to put that on the table. He got to show that.
Like that's my arm strength, speed, act like all that. You as for a quarterback,
but that's the drop off, the accuracy part. Lamar,
not
Lamar. Vick, I'm talking about Vick. I hit Lamar for Vick.
Vick just didn't have receivers until he got. You saw what Michael Vick was straight out of jail. Like,
but that was the.
If young Michael Vick had that offense, they running the table for the next 3-4 years.
But Lamar Jackson literally just he hasn't had premier weapons and he's more accurate than Michael Vick.
No, he's had better weapons than Michael Vick ever had outside in Atlanta.
That's not saying much because literally like
fucking Peerless Price and
it was garbage.
Garbage.
Brian Finneran or whatever bro name was.
Yeah, all that trash that they had.
It was garbage. But Lamar been working with some trash for a minute though. Like
but he had better trash than Michael Vick.
I don't know. I think for what you want in a quarterback, literally for skill set wise, like Aaron Rodgers, literally that's top 3. Like the arm talent's through the roof. I think he has the GOAT accuracy. I don't think nobody has better ball placement than Aaron Rodgers. Especially,
if you ask, like I said, if you ask, Matthew Stafford is better.
Then who?
Than Aaron Rodgers. If you're asking me,
on that
talent, arm
can
talent and all that, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers. I mean,
there's no way you're taking.
If I'm like I said, if we're going to talk talent for talent,
just talent for talent.
Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford, if they're not equal,
they're not.
That's crazy.
No,
they're not equal at all. There's nothing Matthew Stafford have over Aaron Rodgers in terms of skill set and talent. Like no,
you know I rock with Matthew. You know I rock with Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford been a dog since them Georgia days with no Sean Marino.
No.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers is literally the most. If you talking about just talent, it's the most talented quarterback ever.
I don't know about that, but
and he showed.
This is like I said. Now we got a conversation. We can have that conversation.
Yeah, okay. I think so because I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
all right. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it
now. If you name any quarterback outside in the 90s and 80s,
because y'all hate anybody who played football before 2000.
I'm just saying, right? If you name anybody, Joe Montana in them 80s and 90s, I'm not hearing you. I'm telling you that right now. Just letting you know. No Joe Montana. You name any quarterback outside of Joe Montana in them 80s and 90s that you think they're better, I'm not hearing none. There's not a single one.
Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna have it all set up and ready to go.
Cool.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie to you. That's damn near valid. That's damn near valid.
There's no quarterback in the 80s and 90s outside of Joe Montana that I would hear that's better than Aaron Rodgers. It might be greater. I'll give you that. But like,
okay.
I don't even know. If
all right. So, but then, so then we go. We went to the greater and better situation.
No.
If we're doing.
If you want to say Joe Montana is better than Aaron Rodgers, that's the only one in the 90s and 80s I'm hearing. That's
listening to with the ears.
Like I would hear you out. I would hear you out. Like even though I would disagree, I'm hearing you out. Like outside of these are the 4: Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning. That's it.
So it's all time. So we're just gonna go. So I know exactly how I'm gonna construct this.
All time.
So we're gonna say greater quarterbacks.
I feel like you want to combine them with better and greater at the same time. You want to combine it. You want to combine overall with the talent, the skill set.
Okay, all right.
In the league, accolades.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so then if you want to do that, then yeah, he's probably top 5. I had him at 6 or 7.
But so I want to know why your criteria. I just want to see. We can still talk about this. I want to see where your criteria lands on why these other quarterbacks. I'll have to see that.
Okay, I got it. We can do it.
Cool, perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we're gonna wrap this motherfucker up. I still didn't get to lay into LeBron the way I wanted to, but that's okay. I can do that on another day.
Anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, and just give everybody a shout out just so you know what your show specifically is Monday, Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Monday. I might have to change my college ball show again, but usually college ball show is Monday, 6:30 Central, same time on Tuesday on NFL.
I forgot to do the college. I'm gonna have to definitely jump in on the college football one.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's a whole. I have to.
Yeah, we gotta catch the college show.
Blow that one up because I did my job for the NFL show. The college one is probably gonna be even worse.
Most definitely.
Yeah, because yeah,
I feel like we get nasty with the college.
Yeah, we definitely get nasty with the college.
Yeah, because you was about to tell me. I don't think he was, but when I said Tommy Frazier's not in that college football Mount Rushmore, he was like,
"Oh yeah, tripping."
Yeah, you're not. I'm not respecting no triple option quarterback being no college football Mount Rushmore.
That's crazy. Why you gotta do it like that?
I'm not respecting no triple option quarterback in no Mount Rushmore. I'm sorry to say.
But that's the way college football is.
I understand it, but he got passed up. Bro.
But I got other guys. So we got that's for sure, because that the college football quarterbacks conversation it's a good one. It's very you got to talk about Ty Detmer. You got a couple guys you got to talk about.
I don't got to talk about that.
See, there we go.
Because they got passed up, bro. Like they did. Like I'm just keep it a buck. All of the best quarterbacks that have played in college football, majority of them have came from where I grew up in my area.
I like you.
When you name
y'all
it,
just bro, y'all just. I mean, didn't somebody just break Timmy Chang's record?
You said what?
I said, didn't they just break Timmy Chang's record?
Which one was that? I forgot.
The all-time passing.
Yeah, but the all-time passing that comes with longevity. That has logistics behind it. Because me personally, I don't care about longevity in college because people got to get different ways to get in the NFL. Some might take 1, might take 4.
So you're just saying so one season is good enough for you.
I'm put like this. Cam Newton is the greatest college football player ever.
Okay, we definitely. So I'm definitely coming to the college show for that bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easily.
He's the greatest college football player of all time, and he did it in 1 year.
Easily.
Okay.
1 year. He did it. 1 year, Mel. 1 year.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mel, you know you my boy.
That's okay.
Easily.
Look. We can save this for a Monday, and I will destroy and dismantle that bullshit.
I'm sorry.
Wait. You think that's bullshit?
I'm sorry.
Bullshit.
Easily. No, Cam is easily the greatest college football player.
He literally had the best carry job you ever see.
If you want to say he's one of the best, that's cool. I'm not going to argue that.
No.
But to say he is the best,
he is the best college football. The only quarterback I would hear that's better than Cam Newton is literally Joe Burrow. It's the only.
I ain't even hear that.
And if we're talking about seasons,
now you said best player.
Cam Newton is the best college football player. Period.
I'm not even gonna hold y'all.
Bro, what I saw him do in 2010 with that type of team in Auburn, doing what he did, winning the Natty like that, there's no better season than that, in my opinion. No.
I wouldn't put his season better than Vince Young's.
What?
No.
What?
No.
What?
No.
What?
No.
What?
No. That's what we're gonna do. to do what he no.
Hell,
I'm going.
Our NFL players damn near.
Hell,
What, Michael Dyer?
Literally.
Look,
He literally.
I don't. Hey,
30
like I said, on Monday, save it. Keep all that bottled in. I wanted to marinate. I wanted to cook. I wanted to cook like chicken. You just let it simmer. Let it simmer. We're gonna talk about it on the pod. We're gonna talk about it.
Vince Young season doesn't even compare.
Zero.
You know so funny you brought Vince Young? Vince Young season's not better than Lamar Jackson.
Like I said, we're gonna let it simmer. We're gonna let it simmer.
It's crazy.
Not to mention a nigga like Troy Smith ran for 2,000 plus yards 3 straight seasons. But
if you're about to tell me Troy Smith is even in the same realm,
so like I said, but if we're gonna talk about what people did in college football,
you think Troy's Heisman season is on the same par with Cam Newton?
But the nigga, he ran for 2,000 yards 3 separate seasons.
Oh no, he did not. The most Troy Smith ever ran for was 600 yards.
Unless I'm getting the running backs mixed up.
Because I could.
Cam's carry job was different worldly.
Cam Newton threw for 30 plus touchdowns, ran for 1,500 yards. 15.
Okay. I get it.
With no NFL stuff.
What are we talking about?
You realize nobody from that team played.
The only person
in the NFL said Michael Dyer.
The only person who had 1 star on offense, his name was Brandon Mosley. You don't know who that is.
The only one who was even remotely outside of Cam, I'm not even gonna say remotely successful, but who people might even know is Michael Dyer, bro.
It's on offense is Michael Dyer, and then defense is Lily.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, saying Vince Young's season was better than Cam is asinine. I'm sorry, that's asinine.
Like I said,
I still have flashbacks of what Cam did in my head. I don't even gotta watch the game.
We are going to do this. I'm going to do this. Like I said, this is my job. My goal is to blow both podcasts up. That's the goal.
Co-host, I am sorry because that's crazy.
My goal. I want 1 million views on a post. That's matter of fact. I'm going for 10 million.
I done got 500K talking about Cam Newton, so we can have this conversation. We're not about disrespect the greatest college football season of all time.
That's crazy.
The greatest college football season. Okay.
The greatest college football season of all time is Cam Newton.
All right. It's definitely one of them for sure.
The best carry job you will ever see, Cam Newton. Period. There's no carry job that's even in the same realm.
I haven't seen one.
You've never seen one.
We will have the convo. I want both of y'all to sit there, let it stew, and just be like, you know what? I can't believe he said this dumb shit. I want it. Sit it. Cool. Yeah. So we're gonna have it.
Thanks.
Oh, I for surely can't believe it's not butter. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm telling you, like Vince Young, crazy. Vince Young in my top 5, but there's some gaps in my top 5. Respectfully, there's some gaps.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We got it. So it doesn't have to include a national championship.
No, it don't.
Okay, that's all I need.
It don't have to, but I think
it helps.
But Mel, that natty matter, especially how Cam won it. That shit matter.
You know what I mean? Like
coming back 24-zip versus Julio Jones, Mark Ingram, that shit means something, bro. Like
I know. That's what I'm just saying. I want to get all the content.
You can have seasons that didn't win a natty. You can have seasons that did win a natty. I think there isn't a season, especially for a quarterback standpoint. There isn't a season that's better than Cam Newton. And the only one I would hear for real is Joe Burrow. Because what Joe Burrow did in the SEC, throwing for 5,600 yards, 60 touchdowns, and 5 picks, even though he was on a loaded team, that shit was crazy. But again, I would take Cam because Cam's team was so inferior compared to Joe Burrow's. So inferior. Even like Tim Tebow. Nigga, 08 Florida is way better than 20.
Well, they were crazy.
Exactly. Like, even the 05 Texas Longhorns is clearly better.
I was just gonna say, even Texas was crazy.
Exactly. Like, I'm taking Jamal Charles and Aaron Ross and them boys for show over them. Ain't gonna lie.
Okay, like I said, we will have the convo. I'm just making sure I'm looking at the right people when I got write it down.
Yeah, please. I'll be waiting. Please. I'll let it.
Most definitely.
Like I said, I'm not taking nothing away from Cam's season. I'm just like, my job, Melvin's job, is always to play devil's advocate.
Literally.
That is my job.
I'm one piece. I want problems. He lives by that.
Always.
Literally. We're gonna see them.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I'll let you know when I can swing through on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was talking about college football too, the video game. So I will definitely want to chop up about that as well. Because I was talking about the road to glory, like niggas don't play the road to glory.
It's washed.
It's not washed. I just got finished playing mine now. I made a quarterback for Florida Atlantic.
If you about to tell me that road to glory from now compares to like NCAA,
no. The other one was better. The other one was better.
People play road to glory. I just feel like it's washed from how they did the whole perspective.
They're doing too much instead of just putting the stuff that was in there before and just
exactly. Just keep it the way it was.
I actually like taking the exams that they had on the PS2 days. I actually like it.
Right, like all that stuff was more interactive and it made sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So thank you for coming through. Appreciate you, bro. We will definitely chop it up soon. Like I said, if I can get all this stuff worked out, I can come through. Probably won't be able to do Bama's tomorrow. I mean, on this Sunday.
Yeah.
But I'll see if I can work it out to get to you on Tuesday.
Most definitely. We definitely gonna try to make that. We're gonna make that college football show because we definitely gotta have that conversation.
Definitely, that's a definite. Yeah. So we're gonna chop this up. My damn brother is talking shit, but okay. Yep, appreciate it coming through, everybody on the chat. And I don't know why nobody's in the chat, but they're texting me on my phone. That makes no sense. Get in the goddamn chat.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. Like don't do that.
You gotta flip that. I'll be getting text messages too. Like, just put it in the chat. We'll put it on the screen so everybody can see it.
Yeah, put it in the chat. All right, appreciate it. Coming through 2-hour show. God damn it.
Hey, we haven't had one in a while. I think we just do for one.
Right, we do one. But football season, we're in mini camps and all that bullshit coming up. We didn't get the Shador playing Fast and Furious. But we'll get to it.
His best Paul Walker.
His best fucking Paul Walker, dumbass. Don't give them excuses to fucking get rid of you. Don't do that.
Exactly.
Ridiculous. All right, but we out of here. Next week, basket to basket. I'm gonna be on basket to basket. Johnny, if you watching, I know you watching, you goofy bastard. I'll be on Goat James Kingdom, talking to his dumb ass.
Yep.
And get the LeBron shit out the way too. Basket on Monday. Gentleman's Talk. I was trying to get on Gentleman's Talk this week. I will definitely be on PVT this Thursday or next Thursday.
Yes, sir.
And that's it.
Yes.
And we up out of here.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the